This is World Beer News. Details on how you can be involved. Contact news@tastynitch.com.
These are the latest reports in the malt beverage industry, compiled on January 7th. I'm Nitch with a selection of highlights from around the world. Coming up, you're going to want to get one of those. Yeah, it's good. We take a look at who's running around collaborating with whom, and who are giving up which positions on the turf war that is set to rage in 2017 in beer world. There are a group of dudes in France who are reviving an old brewing tradition, and a pussy riot set for January 20th in Denver, Colorado. Set the date. And also we have a question from the Slate Money podcast.
Hey, what's ground zero for awesome beer?
But first... Wait, that's the guy who did the music video? I never knew that's what he looked like. Whatever. Now he is making a beer. A fruity pilsner lager. Lovely. And get this, he's doing it with Mikkeller. That should be interesting. Speaking of never giving up or deserting people, it's nice when we can see the new beer movement helping to maintain traditions, like this 200-year brew pub in Brighton, which will now remain open after being taken over by a local brewery, or these French monks who, from their 1,300-ish year-old monastery, are reviving a brewing tradition in France. And they're doing it with the help of some local beer nerds, and, started with an everyday beer kit, and now they got themselves a $750,000 loan, and they are going to be making some kind of crafty monk beer. So that's great. It's working together on this one. At the same time, sudden goodbyes, from brands that we feel are good beer brands, can feel as if we've been given up on a little bit. So last week, in a nearly unannounced move by BrewDog, they closed their Gray's Inn bar and bottle shop. Just a real quick announcement, and then they just shut down all their social media accounts. A lot of customers are shaken by this, but with BrewDog's Columbus, Ohio facility slated to be open in September of this year, and their eyes set on really pushing craft beer into the hands of just all the people through mail and through all kinds of stuff. What you can't say is that BrewDog is a nimble company, and they know what's good for their brand. And in the 2017 market, you need to be self-aware. With that, Texas-based Karbach Brewing, I don't know if you've heard of them, they knew that they had hit a ceiling for their growth capabilities with their German-style lagers and their very well-loved IPAs, and that they needed a hand. We have maxed out our growth potential on our own, and a partnership with the high-end division will help doors to keep... What? Will help open doors. I read... and keep innovating and experimenting with their unique styles, and they want to expand. And you know what? ABI's high-end division, that's the way to expand. It's the way to do it, kids. Meanwhile, over at MarketWatch, we have the ever charming and knowledgeable Jason Notte. He wants to remind people that 2017's craft beer turf war is going to be less about breweries being bought and more about breweries claiming space for their local brands. And local brands are going to be the ones suffering over in Australia, as last week, in an unprecedented step backwards for independent breweries, the ALH Group, the Australian Leisure and Hospitality Group, who have more than 300 pubs across the country, sold its taps to CUB and Nathan Lion, these two very large companies. So the ALHs, they're kind of like family pubs. They're also just leisure clubs, very popular, just like the average drinker type. What it means is that CUB struck a deal with the group that will guarantee a certain number of taps in every single venue, making sure they're always pouring their beers or just making them in the front. I make a point of saying independent breweries will be affected because there are these wholesome brands in the portfolio. There's Little Creatures, White Rabbit, Matilda Bay, James Squire. They're part of the CUB portfolio, and they're honestly they're good crafty style beers. Keep in mind that CUB, as well as many other large scale companies, was part of what ABI acquired during its SIB merger. So Australians may be seeing more of ABI's other crafty, let's say high-end division beers in the coming years as well. These crafty brands are doing good things to introduce a larger audience to the possibility of beer having a variety. From what I've seen, these tap contracts don't appear to be 100% exclusive, but they will surely make it more difficult for independent breweries to get a tap line in. Fear not. Fear not, my dear friends. The true craft movement will, well, sort of you. He's a little bit. Independent, authentic, good beer, whatever you want to call it. It's not going anywhere. Nobody panic, okay? It's gonna be great. Do you like any of these breweries? If so, you're in luck, because the brewery list for the Beavertown Extravaganza was released this week. 55 pounds. It's going to be in September, so you got some time. And they said they're going to be adding more to this list. I am so excited. So excited. See you there. So beer is about cheersing, you know? It's about cheersing and also about being a liberal. Not really. Not actually at all. But the liberal side of the beer world, they just continue to express their political views through, well, you know, through pussy rioting. A group of ladies have got together in Denver, Colorado. Get out. They've gotten together to brew an Imperial Saison at 5 different breweries throughout the city, who will then, on January 20th, with the inauguration of our President-elect Donald J. Trump, they will tap the beers across these locations, and a portion of the donations of the proceeds will be donated to charity, which include the American Civil Liberties Union, an environmental group, Planned Parenthood, and the ever-present LGBTQers. That being said, Slate Money's episode number 138 podcast, they had a quick response about ground zero to craft beer trends. Where are they? Here you can hear one of the co-founders from Brooklyn Brewery, Harpoon Brewery, Night Shift. Anyway, here's their answer.
I mean, traditionally the ground zero has been Portland, Oregon, Asheville, North Carolina, California, Seattle.
So whatever going on there, that's what you want to go to Seattle, taste what they're or drink what they're making.
Follow the socialists.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Socialists make good beer.
I know, right? I know. Actually, the surprising one for me was the North Carolina one, even though I do follow quite a few podcasts from there. But this leads me into a nice question. Good takeaway question. What's the best red state beer city? Huh? Know in the comments below. I'm off. I'm done. This is it. This is it for this week. You're welcome. I'm gonna go film something, I think, about this shower beer news that people have sent me. I love you guys sending me in stories. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you find a story that you find interesting that I should probably have on this show, please, send it to me anywhere on the social medias. Thank you for watching. I love making these videos, and I hope that you can just share them. Just put them on all your social media stuff. Don't hoard the knowledge. That's all. That's what I do. I want to share it with you, and then you can share it with other people. That's the meaning of it all. Merci. Until next week. Au revoir.
You know the rules, and so